Hello everyone, it's the Chronic Blue Jay here, and today we are back with another episode of Fnia, another story. Okay, so yet again, I keep forgetting where we left off. Um, so we know that Alex is here. He broke into our house, told us that there might be an uprising. um, just as a joke. So yeah. So let's get back into the game, and yeah. Oh, also before we get back into the game, yes, I really hope y'all are enjoying the series so far. And if you want another series like this, please comment like any games or anything you would want to see me play. And yeah, I go on GameJoel or Itch and I look at different games, especially ones from like developers that want to get their game out there. So yeah. Um, So, without further ado, let's get back in. Good night, ladies. Alex! Hi! I don't know how to voice these characters. But I walked over to Alex and hugged him. He didn't jump, but he didn't hug her back either. I looked around the stage and didn't notice Frey on it. Where did Frey go? She went to she went to find out something about Marie. I'm not sure, of course, but I think it's about you, Alex. Marie? Do you know what name I gave her? We know everything that happens in this building, and about all the changes too. What will you do, John? So to climb everything until the end, so that's what I'll do. More specifically, I'll clean the main hall. I won't bother you. Alex, can you play for me? With pleasure. Cool. I took Alex's hand and pulled him along. After they took a few steps, Alex turned to me and said, if everything gets out of control, save me, okay? Well, no way. We'll have a ticket in the first row. You'll figure it out yourself. Having said that, I just turned around without waiting for his answer and headed to the office to get everything I needed. After going into the office and taking everything I needed, I wanted to return to the main hall, but when I saw the computer, I stopped. I should probably show Alice the recordings right now. But he's with Bonnie now. Well, let him have fun. There is still plenty of time. Speaking of records, I never turned on the cameras and most likely will not turn them on. Put the broom and everything else against the wall and went to the computer. Opened the folder with the CCTV footage and started to review the video with James. Fortunately, the recordings were short. I reviewed them again and again until I noticed that James constantly examines each of the rooms in which he was before going further. He didn't visit all the rooms. Apparently, he had a specific target that he adhered to. Are you tired of doing this? I turned down abruptly and saw Freddy. Apparently, I'm really so deaf that I don't even hear them coming up to me. Oh, you know what would happen if this night guard was ever in an actual Five Nights at Freddy's game? He would have been dead. I want to understand. Just admit that you are not destined to find out. Continuing to watch the footage from the cameras, I realized that James ends his way near the manager's office. It turns out he started at the entrance of the main hall, then one of the corridors leading to the office. Then he is not on any camera for some time, and then near the manager's office. Alex knows that at least something about this, unlikely of course, but still. Why did you decide to come here? It's unlikely that you decided just to look into the office. Were you looking for me? I'm not very comfortable being around that person. It's calmer with you. Thank you, of course, but I'm going to clean the main hall, and as if I understand it, Alex is on stage now. Will you be here, or will you go to someone? Or you can help me if you want. I'm with you. Okay, let's go. Hello? Oh boy. Hold on, my game's loading. And, and it's still loading. Hooray. Okay, hold on, just make sure that, okay. Okay, that was weird. Then, wait. Then we arrived at the main hall. I noticed that Frey was looking at Alex with a not very happy look. Alex was sitting on the edge of the stage with his legs hanging down and playing the guitar. Bonnie was sitting next to him in the same way. Her head rested on his shoulder. So far, Alex is behaving quite calmly and restrained. I do not know when exactly his behavior may change or why this may happen. I hope this doesn't happen. Looking around the main room, I decide to do exactly the same with all the other rooms. First, it's a damn candy and other garbage that I will soon dream about at night, and then I will need to arrange tables and chairs. I think Frey will help me because there are quite a lot of them. I started sweeping and noticed that Frey was hanging around me while often looking towards the stage. I'm sure she's worried about Bonnie right now, just like I was worried about all of them when Alex came here. Did you dislike him that much? What makes you think that? Because you won't take your eyes off him. Calm down, he won't do anything wrong. I don't trust him. I won't advise you to either. Why? You know what? It's funny that like John is said here being like, why are you worrying about him? And stuff like that whenever he had the biggest worry in the world. When Alex came in. Oh boy. Okay, let's get back to this. Don't you think it's weird that he just broke in here in the middle of the night? He also carries a weapon with him. Angel says that he's from the police. No, I don't believe it. God, you say almost the same thing as I did when I first saw him here. So you understand, right? Yes, but it seems to me that you're greatly exaggerating. Don't tell me you believe him. I'm not sure yet, but he definitely won't do anything wrong. Just look at him. He plays guitar for Bonnie. And if I think that if he really wanted to hurt you all, he would have done already. Done it already. Oof. Frey didn't say anything, but just looked at the stage. During our conversation, I did not stop sweeping and had already cleared about half of the hall. Why the hell do they need such a large hall? I think Alex has stopped playing. John? Alan spoke in a whisper. This is something new. I wonder what is the reason for lowering its sound. John? Wait, what? I turned around and looked at the stage. I noticed that Bonnie was still in the same position as Alex, but now she was sitting with her eyes closed. She's asleep, John. She's asleep. Alex snapped his fingers several times in front of her face. She didn't react to it in any way. I stopped to sweep and somehow managed not to laugh. When I looked at Freya, I noticed that she was smiling. This is probably her first smile when she looks at Alex. Why the hell did she fall asleep? Robots don't sleep. They don't need sleep. Help me. How can we help you? I don't know. Pull her away? I took a few steps towards the stage. No, wait. I'm sure she'll wake up because of this. Then what do you suggest? Nothing. Keep working. I'll be patient. I shrugged and continued to sweep the floor. Is Bonnie so comfortable with him that she fell asleep? Literally on him. Maybe she's too trusting. Since rabbits are constantly exposed to danger. Yep, another author's note. So, just kinda gave you all a minute to read that. When I finished sweeping, I looked at the stage. In addition to Alex and Bonnie, there were Chica and Bibi. Oops, I completely forgot to introduce Alex and Bibi. Well, apparently they will meet now. Frey, like me, was watching what was happening on the stage and then came up to me. Maybe you're right about him. Really? Wow. The like sudden change in mood with Freddy about Alex, that's fun. Yes, at least he's kind to Bonnie. This is already good, right? Definitely. By the way, why does Bonnie only have one sleeve on her clothes? It's simple. She just tore off one sleeve on her suit. Really? Why? She likes it better this way. I see. Will you help me set up the tables? Sure. It took us about 20 minutes to arrange the tables and chairs. Maybe more, maybe less. Some keeping track of time, but when everything was ready, I went to the stage for Freddy. Chica and BB had gone somewhere, and Alex was still in the trap. How long have you been sitting like this? 40 minutes, right? You're gloating, aren't you? A little. You know, actually, it's not so bad. Alex ran his hand through his hair because of this action. Freddy smiled. Before I forget, I should immediately say about the videos. When she wakes up, can you come with me? I want to show you something. Of course. This moment, Bonnie opened her eyes. Coincidence is so a coincidence. She looked a little confused, but she quickly recovered. How did you sleep? Not bad. Thank you, Alex. Okay, let's go. I went towards the office, but Alex didn't come with me. I turned to the stage, I saw Alex hold out his hand to Bonnie. Would you like to come with me? Bonnie stood looking at him in silence. I'm 100% sure that she wants to go with him, but something stops her. But most likely someone, maybe Freddy. After about a minute, Bonnie looked at Faye. Let's go, lover girl. I think you just gave her a nickname. If she doesn't mind him calling her that, then everything's fine. Faye didn't say anything. She just nodded and Bonnie happily took Alex's hand. After leaving the stage, they followed me. On the way to the office, I noticed that Bonnie kept very close to Alex at all times. Certainly not my business, but still. Going to the computer, I first opened the list of personal and displayed information about the right person on the screen. On to Alex, I moved slightly to his side. Do you happen to know this person? I happen to know James Nirolda. What a bastard. I'm not sure that's his real name. In what sense? He is a member of the so-called family. They could choose another name for themselves there. Basically the mob or mafia in this world. Yeah, basically. Also, I'm not sure I caught it, but where does this where does this take place? I want to say it's like in a big city like New York or something. Obviously, it can be like a fantasy city too, but just, just a little question. How do you know? I Alex looked at Bonnie, then quickly lowered his eyes to the floor. I was one of them, for which I paid. What exactly? I'll tell you later sometime. Is there something else? Yes, here. Open the surveillance video and show it to Alex. He looked through several notes, paused one of them so that James' face was visible. What do you think? Let's say I have no idea what you forgot in such a place. Well, apparently the work brought him here. Given that his institution was not closed and no one had to wipe the blood from walls, most likely he just took something, well, or threatened someone. Maybe he touched some. I have no idea. And why did he turn off the cameras? So that no one sees. There were no witnesses. What is this family? Criminals, bandits. No, the mafia will be closer. Oh, there you go. Right then and there, it just says mafia. Wow. So he's not a cop after all. Well, so far he hasn't done anything wrong for me and for them, so I don't care. If he's not a cop, then how did he get his ID? The mafia? You said you were one of them. If you look at movies, books, and cases from real life, you can't just leave the mafia. When did you leave them? 4, maybe 5 months ago. That's unsettling. Tell me about it. No, well, okay, but let's do it later, okay? Whatever you say. Apparently, I will not be able to find out the full picture of what happened. Well, at least I learned something. Closed all the open forms on the computer and turned to Alex. Shall we go to Foxy or Mangle? Why? I was in their room yesterday. I noticed an easel and paint in the corner. Do you also draw? A little. Let's go, draw something. Bonnie left the office and waited for Alex to follow her. It's a foregone conclusion, John. Let's go. It's useless to argue, so why not? When I went to the room, Alex had already managed to put an easel near the scenes. Bonnie pulled one of the chairs up to him and then put the paints on them. I seemed to be tidying up everything well and didn't notice the easel, but now I noticed that Mabel was watching Alex and Bonnie's actions with interest. Bonnie was watching me. When I looked at her, she was sitting on the edge of the stage and nodded her head to the place next to her. I silently walked over and sat down next to her. What do you want me to draw? Draw me. No, I'm not very good at drawing people. You understand, in short. Draw whatever you want, that's all. I have an idea. Bonnie, can you get some water? Yes. She took a small bucket and left the room. I looked at the brushes and paints that were available and turned my gaze to my scratch. In principle, its appearance has hardly changed. Feels like it was left to me literally just now. Looking in Alice's direction, I noticed he was looking at my hand. Who did this to you? The one who said that today. Why? Expression of sympathy. Original. By the way, you said that you were part of, well, you understood what. How did you get a police ID? In the police badge. I didn't show it to you. How do you know? Chia told me. Wait. Well, he did pass Mangle the ID. I guess not the badge. I don't know. Understand that if I tell you about this, then literally the next day everyone in this bill will know about it, right? Yes. If you don't want to talk, then don't. No one forces you. I'm interested. I can force you. Alex looked at her seriously while slowly and defiantly putting the brush on the chair that stood next to him. Fonzie moved a little closer to me. Well, or I can't. And here I am. I put the bucket of water on the chair next to Alex and stood next to him. Alex stared at the blank sheet in front of him for a few more minutes in silence and began to draw. Since I was sitting on the stage, I couldn't see what he was drawing. Maybe he was drawing us, or maybe something else. Given the fact that he never once took his eyes off the easel, then he definitely does not draw us. He drew for a long time, but when he finished, he turned the easel towards us. Let's show him the drawing. Wow. Unusual. Let's drew the silhouettes of 7 people sitting on a hilltop looking at the burning city. Why did you draw this one? It would be cool. The skies go light up. It will be cool. Are you going to burn down the city? Like he could actually do that? You be more realistic, main character. John, just be a little bit more realistic, right? Like I'm not sure one person can burn down an entire city. Well, I might actually have to think about that one. Okay. Even if it is agreed, it will be very spectacular. It will also incur tens of thousands of human lives. There are always victims. They cannot be avoided. Maybe at least try to do without victims. I feel you are trying to dissuade me, although I wasn't even going to do anything, but if I do, then you can stop me. I don't doubt it. I wonder how realistic it is for one person in this world to just burn down an entire city by themselves. I just want the author's explanation or my friend's explanation of why a person in this world could just burn down an entire city. Alex turned the easel back around and put his pen aside. Bonnie put a blank sheet on the easel and stood next to Alex. Lightly hugging his hand, I have to admit the two of them look good together. Oh, actually, this brings up a thing I was thinking of. So Bonnie and Alex, they are lovers. Definitely, they like each other. I think that's apparent. And I think if anyone were to be with John, it would be Foxy. Because even the first night that Foxy was up, John went ahead and actually liked her. So it's weird. Um, I'm not sure if he wants Foxy to get with the main character, and well, I know that Alex and Bonnie like each other, but yeah, well, we'll see. Hey Mangle, don't you want to try it? Me? Alex, I don't think that. Come on, it's not as difficult as it seems. But I don't know how to draw. At least try. I'm interested to see what happens, considering that according to her, she does not know how to draw. Mangle reluctantly left the stage and went to the easel. Taking a brush in her hand, she just started looking at a piece of paper. She didn't take off her gloves. Come on, surprise us! Mangle looked at Foxy and began to draw. I think I can guess what exactly she will draw, or rather who. While she was drawing, Alex was sent. was that still Bonnie spoke to her in a low voice. Couldn't hear what he was saying to her from the stage, but the fact that Bonnie was constantly smiling next to her and just looks happy speaks for itself. Mabel finished drawing pretty quickly. I don't think even 15 minutes have passed. Putting down the brush, she moved away from the easel. Foxy and I got off stage and see what she had drawn. Just as I thought, the picture shows me and Foxy sitting on the stage. That is very similar. Well done. Yes, not bad. This is an exact repetition of reality, but the purpose of the picture is not to reproduce reality, but to interpret it. To improve it. Show reality in your own eyes. I told you that I don't really know how. It's never too late to learn, right? Come on, try it. Canvas is in front of you. She didn't say anything to that, but just sighed. This time she changed the canvas herself, just as simply stood in front of the easel. Close your eyes, trust me. She obediently complied with his request. Imagine something that doesn't exist, something you've never seen before. Focus on your own emotions and let your hand flow on the canvas by itself. She stood with her eyes closed for about a minute. When she opened her eyes, she began to draw without being distracted by anything. It seemed that she was not with us, but somewhere far away from here. She finished drawing quite quickly, but did not move away. She stood and looked at what she had drawn. Alex stood next to her and looked at the drawing with a smile. Oh my god, wonderful. This is unusual. You sure she drew this? Regal drew a female figure sitting in a circle of fire. Very unusual. Do you like it? Of course. Looked at my wristwatch. There was literally 10 minutes left until 6 o'clock. I managed to clean up on Aunt Marie's and wash the floors, the whole bone, and behind the scenes too. I think I'll finish the lamp here tomorrow. Alex? When she looked at me, I nodded towards the exit of the room. Not silently walked with mine to the exit. See you, ladies? Yes. I ruffled Foxy's hair and followed Alex. Hey, Alex! Alex holding by his hand stopped in the doorway. What do you want? I noticed how Foxy looked at Alex and then at Bonnie in turn. After looking at it for a while, she fixed her gaze on Alex and smiled slyly. Kiss her. Seriously? Yes. Are you challenging me? You could say that. Without thinking twice, Alex turned Bonnie to him and kissed her. At first she wanted to push him away from her, but just a second later she snuggled up to him and hugged him without stopping kissing him. How cute. Bonnie has found a new friend. Foxy, I don't think they're friends. She's kind of been following him for hours now. Believe me, she doesn't let everyone kiss her. If you were in Alex's place, she would have hit you. Well, thank you. When they stopped kissing, Bonnie didn't stop hugging him. Bonnie rested her head on his chest. She was just beaming with happiness. Oh, if Alex saw us kissing, she would just kill you. Alex and Bonnie left the room and stayed with Mangle and Foxy. Foxy was talking to Mangle, and I came over to say goodbye. When I got closer to them, I heard what they were talking about. I really didn't think you would do it. He's weird but funny, and Bonnie liked him too. And after that, I think she liked him even more. That's for sure. Wait a minute, did you offer to kiss her just to test him? You could say that. You satisfied with the result? Result exceeded all expectations. I thought he would just refuse or even leave. I'll leave now. I have to go. See you. Instead of answering, she hugged me. I couldn't help but hug her back. Megan looked at us with a smile. Apparently she liked what was happening. When I reached outside the building, I noticed Alex and Bonnie there. Well, of course, now he will go everywhere with her. When he saw me, he said goodbye to Bonnie and left the building. However, so did I. And I think that's where we are at in the video for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as all the other videos, I will be leaving the link to the game down below if you want to go check it out yourself. And yeah. Also, some other news is like, I'm looking for voice actors for my own novel. So if you would like to voice that, I am looking for voice actors for like Bonnie, Freddy, Glitch Trap, and a few others. So if you're interested in that, please like comment. Um, I'm active on Discord, so I will also be put my Discord username down in the description too. And with that, have a good day, everyone. And hope to see you in the next video.